So, Cadillac Seville 2002. New torque converter. Old torque converter. Sell the car. Scrap it. Get these things off the road. This is no fun. There's nothing about this fun. No one should shove a V8 sideways inside of a car. And then put this monster in there with it. Things that made it easier, not very much. Just take off all the stuff. Don't, like, I left the sway bar and all that stuff on there. In my opinion, it'd be a lot easier just to take that off. I left a lot of the stuff on there, but I kind of have a time crunch to a certain degree. But take as much of this stuff out of the way as you can. Sensors and all that other crap are everywhere. It's a long job. There's all kinds of crap tucked in, wires, hoses. I didn't take the starter off to do that. I just took the bolts out under the cover and marked them. Marked the old torque converter, the new one, and then stuck the pattern the same. I mean, it's only 4 bolts, so there's 4 bolts there. Put it up, you can spin the motor still. But I couldn't find any videos that sat there and did just this and showed you each piece. Now, I know I didn't do a demo on taking it out, but in all reality, it's just removing bolts and wiggling and working and getting it out and remembering where everything goes. That's probably the hardest part. But I mean, it's definitely a job. You're gonna need lots of time, jacks. I mean, yeah, it'd be a lot easier to have a car lift to do this, I imagine, than it is on the ground. It's hot as hell right now in Texas. I say that. It's not really that hot. But I did break, looks like a ground wire. I think it goes from here to the frame. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but some of the stuff is kind of stretched out. Those brake lines look a little tight. But somebody had done something to this car already, because there was a lot of loose, I say loose, there was a lot of stuff that was not bolted up. Just kind of loose brackets and stuff. But like I said, I couldn't find any videos where somebody, once they took it apart, went through and showed you. Not that I'm very informative, but just showed you a good picture of the stuff. And it's there 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on the back side. I think maybe 5. I think there might be a bracket on that bolt. And then there's only 4 on here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. There's like this little shim deal down here. It's got 2 bolts holding it in. There's some ground wires that attach to these bolts. Sorry, these bolts. This big ass harness. Shifter. Vent, I imagine. High pressure line. Which I don't I think I'm gonna leave that thing on there and then wiggle it back in there. Game plan for putting it back in. So I'm either gonna get another jack, get a transmission jack. I mean, the thing's already on the ground, but I'll end up weaseling. Put the heavy half on the jack and walk it in there, and then lift that end up, slide it over. I'm gonna have somebody else help me slide it over this time. I did all this part by myself, pulling it out. But yeah, fun. I'll mess it up if I don't read it and say it. 4T 80E transaxle is what I kept hearing it called. I did take this off and I've already changed the TCC sensor and then the other sensor that's in here. That was the first thing we did, but there wasn't enough fluid in it, I don't think, and I think it burnt the torque converter up, so we're changing that. But it's a hell of a job, guys, girls. Fast Booth out.